Hello from the other side.
Let's make sure we're going live. It says we're live. We're here, everybody. We're trying something new. And it's
With
so
other
fun. Welcome, everybody. If you're here, come say hello. Tell us you're here. So good to have you all. We got our new moon in Virgo. And I am, oh God, guys, I am sun in Virgo, moon in Virgo, Venus in Virgo. I am
all the things in Virgo.
We don't just have new moon in Virgo. We also have sun in Virgo today. So we got sun in Virgo and new moon in Virgo. So Dana's just like,
woo! Woo! Hi, Alexandria. How much fun is our new toy, by the way? This thing is, I'm freaking out. I love this so much.
Well, I love that we can see the comments.
Yes.
Show up on the screen, so we don't have to toggle.
Yes, because it gets a little overwhelming sometimes. And Adrian, hi.
That is cool. Good job, Dana. Look at you go.
I know. That, you know that Virgo thing?
She's got it down pat.
Oh, Samantha, hi. So I know Lydia's got, we'll wait for the room to fill up a little bit, but we've got all kinds of goodies going on tonight about this new moon. We love all this time to get organized and get our shit together. That's what this is about. Hey, Christine.
Yes, this is so exciting. Well, how are my sisters? It's been a while since the three of us have been on a live together, so I'm super excited.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Lydia has been keeping us up to date on all the astrology, and she's just going to take a few deep breaths because
it's been tough. That's all I can say about it. It's been tough.
Yes.
So if this has been a difficult build-up for you coming into this new moon, you are not alone. Sister Lydia is with you, and she will fill you in on all the deets of what this new moon in Virgo entails and maybe how it's affecting you, because it all affects us all differently. And some of us get a rise and a high and we get going, and it's all about our energy and what's planets in our cycles. So you might relate to somebody differently than you do another one, but let's dig deep into what this new moon in Virgo is all about. And Lydia has all the dirt on it for us. So,
well, this one is intense for sure. And I think we're getting hit with the double energy of the sun in Virgo, new moon in Virgo. And then we also have Mars retrograde, and there's a lot of other planetary influence going on. So if you feel like...
Hold the boat. What is Mars retrograde? Hold the boat.
I know you hear a lot about Mercury retrograde, but not Mars retrograde.
What does Mars retrograde entail here?
Well, if you think about it, Mars is the planet of action and passion and fire, and it's ruled by Aries. So, which is also passion, fire, warrior status, getting things done, right? And retrograde basically means like it's moving backwards. So we're feeling less passionate, less energetic, less like a warrior. But it also all depends on your own birth chart, because if you're like me, I have a big influence in my 10th house, which is career, work, getting things done. My Mars is there, my Aries is there. So I'm like flipped upside down right now, where I'm not getting things done and it's causing tension for me, and I'm messing up on things, and that's irritating me. So the anger and the irritation is still there, but it's more amplified because this is like I'm such a good hard worker that I can't get things done appropriately and in my perfectionist way, that it's driving me nuts and I'm getting mad. So Mars is affecting us in a lot of different ways. We can be really lazy, or we can get like really upset at our mistakes. And really the message behind that is to not get upset about it, because you can't control it. It's just, it is what it is. It's just happening. So trust me, every day this week I've made a mistake and I'm like, I'm going to throw my computer out the window of like how angry I've been. So that's Mars retrograde.
Oh, sorry. And I was going to say, with Virgo, sun and moon that we're in right now, it makes it even more difficult because Virgos are perfectionists. And so and we don't like to do things unless they're perfect. So it just kind of adds extra pressure to that. And Mars isn't the only thing in retrograde. So there's a lot of different energies that are really more pulling us inward and really making us focus internally on the things that are going on. Hey, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Cool. I mean, what? I don't have to have a split screen and try to figure out where we're going. Are we seriously on Facebook and YouTube at the same time? We are interdimensional at this point, ladies. There is no stopping us now. Watch out, world. Watch out. The seven sisters are hot on the trail.
Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
Woo, woo.
Oh, 2 days have been rough. And remember too, whenever we have these energies going, that it's pre-shadow and post-shadow, right? Like, so we feel the changes coming up. It's not like all of a sudden we wake up today and it feels different. You've been feeling the effects of everything going on as we get closer into it. So, oh, and you got your Capricorn moon, man, girl.
And that's what we're here for, right? We are your helpers. We are your ascension coaches, essentially. We have all the things to help you deal with this stuff, because we have been in these phases for so long now that we understand how to lean into them and what tools to really lean into to help you really work on that shadow work and become a better and better version of yourself, a higher vibrational being, a higher vibrational person. And the best part is recognizing that these are occurring. And it's such amazing validation that it's occurring when the planets are all aligning and the planets are telling you this is what's going to happen. And you're able to recognize that within yourself. You're able to what? Take your power back. You're able to find things, tools, and resources to help you realign during these tough times, because life is like this. It's a roller coaster, baby, and you got to learn to ride the waves. And if you don't have the right surfboard, it's going to be a rocky ride. So we're here to upgrade that surfboard for you so you're able to ride this ascension wave a whole lot better, because we know it is no easy task. And we're here with all the details on it. So I'm so excited. I feel like I'm in a news station. Like,
I know. Well, wait, it gets better. Oh, where do you book your classes? Where do you find all of this stuff about Seven Sisters Healing?
No more searching the comments.
We'll put it in the comments later. Just wait. We'll put it in there. Don't worry. No more.
Oh, I love this, Alexandra. Already feeling clarity and understanding. I'm just trying to go with the flow. And yes, that's such a big energy with the Mars retrograde, is like, if you're not in flow, like, get out of your own way, and put things in order. And God, Laura and I were talking about actually like clean stuff up. It's time to clean things up. It's time to clean your house, clean yourself. Like, this is a good time. Let's organize.
Dana is our absolute perfect Virgo for you. She loves to organize and clean, and she is just the stand-up Virgo for us. We just adore her. But it's really stepping into that power. Where do you feel powerful, and where you're able to regain your vibration and regain that caliber of getting back into that power and cleaning things out, can be metaphysically. You can clean your house up and get that place cleaned up, but also in your mind. We carry a lot of baggage into this new moon, and there's been so much going on. There's more uncertainty at this point than certainty. So where do we find our certainty? We have to go inward. We have to start going back inward and finding our power. And our power and our certainty lies within us. And that sounds scary, I know, because we've been conditioned for so long to ask mom and dad and the neighbor and every person we know and base our opinions off that and base our opinions off the news. And now we're realizing, I can't trust anybody. This stuff is a mess. There's so much going on. So this new moon in Virgo is really reminding us where our power is and where our power lies. And it lies within us. So it's really time now to take this new moon in Virgo and reclaim your power. Where are you going to put that energy? Right here, baby. Right here.
Right here. Oh, I love this. That's why I've been cleaning so much.
And I think another thing that I was kind of tapping into yesterday is that old projects that you didn't finish from like a month or two ago is going to resurface. It's a part of this new moon in Virgo. It's also a part of Mars retrograde. Mars retrograde goes on until, I don't know, November 14th, I think. So if you didn't finish something, you're going to finish it probably in the next 6 weeks. Whether you cut that cord or you finish the project or you say, actually, this isn't for me anymore, so I am actually going to stop doing this. Don't force yourself into doing something that you don't want to do, that is not resonating with your heart space. It's not resonating with your chakras. You don't have to do it. You don't have to force yourself to finish something because you started it. If it's not resonating, don't do it. Right? Like that's all what this energy is. Mars is forcing us to realize what we're actually meant to be doing right now.
Yeah.
What's your highest purpose? What's your goal? What's the plan? If there is any kind of plan for the next 3 months, because 2020, everything has been, we've been going through a loop. It's crazy. 2020 is crazy. So just don't feel like you have to do it all. Take it on. Take everything on as you can, or don't. This fine balance of the yin and yang right now. Like, if you feel like you can do it all, you should do it all. If you feel like you can't do it all, don't do anything.
Yeah, and I think it's so powerful. I think that this COVID has taught us so much. It's stripped away so much of our life. We really were so overindulgent in so many things, and really were had so many freedoms, right? And now we've really been stripped down of a lot of things, and now we're really re-gauging of what's important, what's worth taking out of our life, because it's really at a forefront now where we see it as, it used to be probably a little bit of an inconvenience. The disrelationship or the issue that was happening with you and your family or whatever the issue is, it's amplified now because of the situations that we are in. So it's really making us come to terms with maybe the smaller issues that we thought weren't such a big deal, but really on a bigger scale of where our life is going and how it's impacting our life, it is a big deal. And so this time is really so reflective. So for so many people on what's truly important in their life and where they want to put their time, where they want to put their energy, and not feeling obligated to put their time and energy into things that aren't serving them. So you might feel pressured a lot to help people achieve certain things, or pressure to do certain things, or go over and beyond in certain areas. You always, as a sovereign being, have the choice to make your choice and say, let me sit back and let me meditate on this. Let me think about this, and really allow yourself, from not an emotional standpoint, but from a place of yourself and where you feel that it's able to get you, and where it's moving. Is it moving you in the direction you want to go, or is it moving you further away from the direction you want to go? We talk about vibration a lot. Is it moving you higher in vibration? Does putting your time and effort into this move you higher in vibration, or does it bring you lower down in vibration? And those are easier questions that we can ask ourselves, because sometimes these things can get complicated, right? Especially when you've been in it a while, or it's a close relationship or a family friend. I mean, our lives can get very interweaved in complications. So being able to just step back and maybe look at it from a bigger picture and really seeing how it's impacting your life and if it's something that you want to move forward with or not. Boom.
Boom. That was some channeling, girl. Well, and I love why you were saying that. Samantha's comment came up about the urge of making her jewelry again. And it's that sort of thing, like really paying attention to your heart space, what's lighting up your heart, what's making you feel good. And it's kind of like Lydia was saying that, you know, it's so hard to make big plans right now because 2020 has been crazy. And how do you plan for this? So I find, and I tell people this so often, that our power lies in the now. It doesn't lie in the past because we can't change that. And tomorrow isn't guaranteed. What are you doing? Oh, yay!
Joy is now.
Yes.
Let's take a celebratory moment here for a minute.
Yeah. So pay attention where you feel right now. Are you happy where you are right now? Or do you feel fulfilled? Is what you're doing like moving the needle for you? Because if it's not, readjust it. And this is the time to be doing that. Working on cleaning out my place, cleaning out the place in my house known as the room of pain and agony. Oh my gosh, girl.
And unpack it mentally while you were there, unpack it while you were cleaning, allow yourself to dive deep into those emotions, because you know what I love about Virgo that I just learned that I had to call Lydia and tell her? It's all about your digestion. And so if you're not digesting things that are going on in your external life and in your mind, Virgo's in charge of that. So let's unpack some stuff because Virgo likes to organize. So I would love to unpack all my junk that I've been storing in my stomach and let Dana organize it with all her little tabs. This goes to the shaman. This goes to the medium. This goes to the healer.
Oh, we make it seem so easy, don't we? But remember that this is hard work, you know, like this. Be patient with yourselves. You know, we didn't just wake up yesterday and start doing this. And believe you me, like Lydia talked about it when we first came on, you know, like she struggled yesterday. She wanted to throw her computer out the door, you know, and listen, that's real. That's part of being here. That's part of the
human experience, which we are all living. And many of us have the human experience, and many of us have this 5D crazy ascension awakening experience, but it's all about the yin and the yang. And one of my friends actually sent me a picture today of her brand new oracle deck, which I'm really excited about, but it was a card she pulled for me that said balance, and it was the yin and the yang. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. That's what I need in my life, is the yin and the yang. And remember that all of it flows together in this life. Like, we're not always going to be aliens 5D ascending into crazy worlds, you know. We're living this human experience, and it's totally normal to have moments where you're like, I'm throwing my computer out the window right now, right? And then the next day, like me, you're seeing aliens. So
yeah. Wait for
you gotta be able to laugh, right? You gotta be able to laugh at it. If you can't laugh at it, you're not growing. You're not, oh, Lindsay. But Lydia could crack up because she knows that it's not like her to be like this, you know? And so if you can reflect from that higher point, and it takes time. At first, you'd notice that you respond to things less and less, to the point where there will be things where you just laugh at it because you're like, that's supposed to trigger me. That was supposed to get me really upset. And I'm just going to laugh because I know it's not worth my reaction anymore. But know that we're human and we're going to respond. We're going to react to these things, and allow yourself to lean in, allow yourself to vet and frustrate, grab your crystals, grab your stuff, and allow yourself to, I always call it the scream room. I have the pantry, which is probably not the best place because my food's there, but I go in there and I close the pantry and mommy kicks and yells and screams and I get it all out, and then I come out because I'm not going to saturate the rest of my home with all that stuff, right? So know that you're taking that time, know you're responsible for that energy, kick and scream it, get it all out, then get back to what you're supposed to do, because we're the light warriors right now, and it's time to, we're a trickle effect. You know, I had such a beautiful sister tell me what a beautiful light we are and how many people we are waking up. And if we could realize that so many people that we're touching and that we're waking up, we would just cry on these lives every night. So I just want to thank you, Dana and Lydia, for being such amazing, amazing high vibrational people and being able to help these people through this process, because it is not easy. And there's so many more people waking up to all of this. And because you guys stand in your light, others can too. So thank you, girls, so much. I'm so honored to have you as sisters.
Yeah, there's moments where I just literally pinch myself and I'm like, where did this happen? And I just have to, couple of things. I have a podcast called Into the Woo, and tomorrow the episode is the one that we did in the mountains. Like 2 months ago when I was gonna really start the podcast, but I didn't do it. And it was so cool re-listening to that today when I was editing it. And I was like, this is like when you find your people in your community and we three started it, but it's really all of you that are here and part of this and coming together and being the light for everybody else. Like, we're just so proud and honored to be here with all of you. And we're here, part of what we do on new moons and full moons is a ceremony of setting intentions. New moons are about setting intentions of what you want to bring forward. And the timing on Alexandria's comment here is really good about committing to herself. Like, that is, that feels so good. Mm-hmm. Yes, cleansing is a power trip. Believe me. Not a problem. Yes.
Yes.
So hard. They seem to, oh, yes.
I was like, they're all flooded in. Did everybody just decide to find us?
Oh, I drive the bus on when they pop in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll just sit in my seat and do what you tell me, Dana.
You can see me. So Jamie, it's so perfect that you're here. And yeah, first off, we all have gifts. We all do. And it's not about growing. Well, we say grow your gifts, but it's kind of remembering or rediscovering them, because we all come here with it. So, it's igniting and remembering and plugging in and learning. So Jamie, you're in the right place. We've got so many good things coming up class-wise that we'll talk about in a little bit. I don't want to digress too much off of what we were on, but you feel it, and trust your gut. You're in the right place. Oh. So tell us more about this stuff. What else didn't we cover, Miss Lydia?
Well, on the topic of awakening, this is a big time for awakening. And I just see it every day with some of my friends. I'm like, you're awakening and you don't even know it. I'm like, I want to help you so bad. But this new moon is definitely fruitful for people who are like realizing their old selves, realizing what they were born with, seeing those gifts come to life. It's also about activating inner growth. So as we're also awakening, we're also growing internally and working through a lot of these issues that we were kind of born into life with, or that happened to us as children or even as adults. And we're growing through these things and healing our traumas, really, is what this time is about. So that's another big influence that's coming up. And all of this is causing us to be very unstable and have no stability, or feel like we have no stability, but we do have stability. It's just a lot at once. So we're awakening, we're dealing with old traumas, dealing with things from our past, also dealing with work issues, trying to get stuff done, but not wanting to get anything done. So it's a very unstable time. So what this like message is wanting us to do is to get stable within ourselves by meditation, doing some kind of practice ritual every morning, getting grounded every day. That's a big Virgo energy, is to get set in some rituals every single day. Little mini rituals. You just have to meditate for 5 minutes, do deep breath work, do some journaling, do yoga. It doesn't matter what you do, just get grounded every morning, every single day. And then that will help ease some of this tension and kind of move the energy out of our bodies. Because what's happening, we're doing so much inner work, we're awakening, we're getting activated in all these different areas, and the energy is just like, boom, like all through our bodies. Like I think we saw this last night in our meetup, where energy was just going crazy in everyone. And it, you know, I think a lot of people just have a hard time sitting down and just breathing for 5 minutes or taking a break and not doing anything. You know, sometimes it's nice to shut our brains off and not think about anything, not talk to anyone, not do anything at all. So that's going to be really influential, I think, the next 2 weeks for everyone to just chill and breathe and take a step back for 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. 5 minutes every day. That's Lydia's next challenge.
I love it.
5 minute breath work every day.
And we've done some videos of breath work, but there's different apps that you can use, or there's even the box breathing where you breathe in for 5, you hold your breath for 2, and then you can block your nose.
Pyramid breath.
My phone or my watch has a breathe app on it that tells you when to breathe. So really tuning into that breath. And the other part of being a Virgo is an earth sign. So this is a reminder to everybody to get grounded. So when we're doing that meditation, when we're doing that breath work, we're getting back into our bodies. And Lydia spoke about our meetup last night. Everybody in the meetup was like out of their bodies, and we all had to pull them back into their bodies and like, nope, you're here for a reason. You're here in your body for a reason. So plug in. Virgo is also the sign of health. So, Laura had mentioned digestive things, but it's also just health in general. So if you want to get something started, like eating better, working out, whatever, maybe it's knitting, because it's a mental health kind of thing. This is a good time to do that with the sun and moon in Virgo right now. Lindsay says, as I was driving home, I was thinking about this phase I'm going through and have been going through has been my Phoenix phase. Amen. Yes.
Rebirth.
Yep. You're not alone. There's a lot of people that are really got their teeth knocked in, got kicked in the stomach. They feel pretty beat up, but now they're starting to slowly see the light at the end of the tunnel, and everyone feels like Phoenix rising from the ashes, So.
And so perfect with, all these fires going on, it's something we've had to answer, people have had questions. I think when Laura and I did our live about awakenings on Sunday, I think that was, it was somebody asked, like, what about these fires? What about these things that are going on in our world? And sometimes things have to burn down so something new can come forward. And that's what the Phoenix is, burning from, it emerges from the ashes. This is just a stage. It's part of the cycle.
Yeah. And we are doing private group readings after our ceremony tonight. So if you are feeling connected to us, or you want to get a little bit more insight on what's going on in your situation, we'd love to read for you. And you could go to our Seven Sisters Healing website at the bottom of the screen, and it is on our bookings tab, and you can sign up for the small group readings, and we'll be doing that right after. What time does that start, Dana?
It starts at 7:00 Mountain Standard Time. So it's like 6:30 here where we're at. So in about a half an hour. And they're great. We just, especially when you get all 3 of us together, we get in the room and really plug in, and you get some different messages from different people. And it's so cool because the three of us are obviously drawn to each other. You know, we're soul sisters 100%, but we're so different in the way that we receive messages and give messages. So often we'll all get like the same messages, but get it from different angles. So it's a lot of fun. And it's only $35 and you get that 3-for-1 kind of action going on. So if you are interested, sevensistershealing.com, and it's the semi-private group reading. And there's one that starting at 7. So we'd love for you to join us. We have other classes. Tell us about your stuff, Laura.
Well, I don't need to. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, Dana.
I am in like Virgo, like, I don't know if it's right to say this right now, but I'm having a Virgo orgasm right now. Like, this is amazing.
We're so thankful for Dana because we really do scramble all over the place, and we'll tell people about our classes and they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll post the link. Yeah, sorry. And so this is incredible. So
like, I thought I was pretty organized until I met Dana. And then I was like, oh, I'm not that organized. Like,
it's only funny because we know her so well and she just loves to organize things. Like,
oh my God. Oh.
There's another soul sister for you.
We need shirts, Dana. Come on, get on the merch.
Oh God, yes. I didn't even mean I didn't do that.
I can't wear that one to the grocery store because I would never get through. I thought I had problems with the angel wings.
I'll have what she's having. Ooh.
Nate is writing it down.
He's writing it down.
And I'm gonna start a business called Virgasm House Cleaning.
Oh gosh, I love it.
You know, different strokes for different folks, you know? Oh my God.
Oh, I don't even know how we go forward from that. Oh my God.
So you teach shaman classes, right?
And that's right. Shamans love to laugh, don't they? We're just a bunch of giggly shamans. But we're teaching Intro to Shamanism, and it's the first journey class in a series of shamanic journey classes. And I'm excited because we're going to be doing it online. This is the first time I've taught it online. I've taught it lots of times before in person, but this will be the first time online. So we're going to break up the class into 3 short sessions on Tuesday nights. And we'll gather and learn all the things about being a shaman. And both the girls have taken this class, so they can testify that it is definitely something that's worth your time.
100%.
Laura's an amazing teacher and holds an amazing space. And both times, or Lindsay, or what? I got Lindsay on the brain. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
Well, it's funny. I did take both my classes that I've taken with Lindsay there at the same time, which is funny. So whatever. But I digress. Lydia and I have each taken these classes from Laura, and we did them in one day. And I love the idea of breaking it up into 3 classes. It just makes it so much easier to kind of practice and fine tune, and you can come back and ask Laura, like, hey, I kind of was struggling with this part of it or that part of it. So being able to really be able to have that community and share your stories about your journeys is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think breaking it up would help allow practice time between each class. Then you have more time to develop your relationship with the first world you visit, and then the next one, and then the next one. So there's time to develop relationship versus, not that there's anything wrong with the way we did it. I mean, I think we were able to develop that relationship anyway, but for someone first starting out, it's important to develop the relationship with God, your spirit guides, your spirit team, and this is how you do it.
Mm-hmm. And Laura's a pro. And remember, we'll talk about Pam's trance class here in a second, but those classes, you get a 20% discount if you are a Patreon member. And we have almost 4, but right now we have 3 levels. It's a $10 one, and you get weekly classes on spiritual development. A lot of that is driven just basically by what Spirit tells us to teach in that moment. We've covered all kinds of topics about protection, about growing certain aspects like your clear knowing, your clear audience, those sorts of things. At $20, you get that plus the weekly meetups. We do that every Wednesday night, and it is so much fun, and it is such a great place and a safe place to practice and be with like-minded folks. And then at $45, you get all that plus like a weekly reading, like what we're going to do after this, that you would pay $35 for. You can do the $45 and get access to that all month long. And we're starting an Awakening Academy. And I know some of you are on the list of people that wanted to be part of this, but we're going to be using those same lessons in that $10 level, plus the meetup. You get access to that if you feel comfortable to do the meetup. It's available for you. And then we're going to do like these small group meetings where we just talk to people, and we're going to have speakers. We're going to have Pam up here, and our sister Raquel, who is a life coach, and we're just going to talk about all the things and really have that be driven by where you guys are at and what your needs are. So it's going to be a very small, intimate, private thing for you to grow and feel safe and all of that. So those are all coming, but if you're a Patreon member, you get 20% off those classes. And all of us have taken Pam's trance class, which was amazing. Which for me, like the 3 of us are professionals. This is what we do. We do readings, and we talk to Spirit. And I have to say that Pam's trance medium class brought my game up an extra level. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing the places I've gone and the things I've seen and done in that time of doing that trance class. So those are amazing, and highly, highly recommend them. And the one other thing I'm going to throw out there is we're going to be doing a Meet Your Guide class. So if you are interested in finding out who your spirit guides are and how better to work with them, honestly, you can do both in either one of the classes we spoke about. Journeying is a great way to find who your guides are. Trance class is a great way. But if you want something a little lighter, we're going to be offering that. So if you are interested, drop us a line. You can send it to info@sevensistershealing.com, or you can message us on Facebook and just tell us, hey, I'm interested in that, and these are the dates that would work great for me. And we're just going to do like a one-off class and see what y'all think of it.
Dana, can you link to our Patreon in our ticker?
I bet I could. I bet I could.
And put our email.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Oh, I love it. It looks good. Well, I'm excited. I'm very excited to be teaching shamanism virtually. I think it is an amazing platform and an easier way for people to really digest some of that information and really have that time. Your books will be mailed to you in the mail prior to class, and then we'll get on a private Zoom link and do shamanism. But it's one of the oldest spiritual practice traditions in the world. It's found all over the world in every race and culture. And I do believe that we've all lived many lives and many past lives. So I do believe that this is a part of us and a part of our DNA. And it's all about relearning these things that we've probably, and Lizzie's taken some classes too. So it's incredible. It's a great way to really build your base. If you feel like Lydia, for instance, I don't mean to call you out, Lydia, but she was journeying for a really long time before she realized she was actually journeying, because she's probably lived so many lives and has been a shaman or been a healer in many other lives before this. So she came into this world with a lot of that pre-knowledge, a lot of that knowing already. She agreed to that, or she probably didn't want to reincarnate here, right? So she's like, I'm gonna have a few more of those tools in my tool belt that took me a really long time to get back then. I'm just gonna show up and know how to do them here, right? Cool. Thanks.
Absolutely.
But then when she met me and she learned, oh, this is like considered shamanism, it was like click, click, click. I've been doing this forever, you know? So it really is a remembering. It's like a coming home to your soul. It's something that you have always known, you've always felt, but maybe it's a piece of you that has been missing. So don't feel like it's like a performance thing, or you have to have some amazing, you know, crazy animal that mutates and does all this cool stuff for you. You know, everyone's like, oh, did you see that? And it's like, okay, that's not what it's all about. It is such an individual dance with spirit that nobody else could replicate, nobody else could recreate. It is just for you. So if you feel like you've had ancient connections to your spiritual team, your ancestors, you feel very, very compelled with earth magic and earth healing, you have a very deep indigenous knowledge of plants and that kind of thing. I don't know what else, ladies. There's so many things that could make you a shaman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know you're a shaman if, yeah. Honestly, the animal thing for me, like I started noticing that random animals would just come and find me, like dogs who didn't really like people would all of a sudden just come to me, and I'm like, yo, what? So, or if you start seeing animals like over and over and over again. My husband gave me a red bird the other night in my dream. I'm still trying to figure out what that meant. But like if you're walking down, like I keep seeing foxes. Like, why am I seeing foxes? Those sorts of things are signs that it's time to kind of tap into that. And it's, oh God, it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Beautiful. So before we get too far, remember we do have the live reading, the private reading after this. If you're interested, you can make sure you sign up at our website at sevensistershealing.com. And more than anything, new moons, again, are about writing intentions, about building those intentions, about what you want pulling forward. So we always talk about being very careful with our words and making sure that when we are bringing something in, that one, we create it or we talk about it as if it already exists in our life. So a lot of times, like when I'm doing a reading, I will actually pray and say, thank you for protecting me. Thank you for these messages. Thank you. And it before it even happens, because that I'm acknowledging it as it already exists. So when you're writing down your intentions today, I want you to focus on the feeling you get as if it already exists, that it's already here. The other thing is make sure that we're careful about how we phrase this. So let's say your intention is to have a faithful relationship. You don't put, I don't want somebody who is unfaithful on the intention. You want to put, I want somebody who is faithful. I will have somebody who's faithful, or I'm thankful that I'm bringing somebody into my life who is faithful. These are the ways that we talk about these things. You don't want to put in, I want to get out of debt. No. All the universe hears in that is debt. And so it gives you more. So we're going to say, I'm thankful for the abundance in my life and my financial needs. So make sure you kind of take a moment, plug that in. What's your intention? What are you bringing forward? Ooh, I love that, Lindsay. Dragonflies and hawks. Ooh.
That's a lot of transformation energy there. You might need to come down to shaman class.
Yeah.
We'll tap into those animals and see what messages they have for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other thing around the intentions, just in particular for today, for this new moon in Virgo, because there's so many planetary and astrological things going on, there's lots of illusion happening. So dig deeper, ask yourself for clarity around your intentions. If you're not sure, if it feels muddy, if it feels like it's not in alignment with what you're actually wanting, go deeper. Ask for more clarity, ask for the illusions to be melted away from your intention, because everything wants to cause some illusion right now. They're wanting us to like ask for the faithful relationship or ask for no debt. But really, like Dana said, you have to get and dive deep, go deeper. What's actually at the truth of what you're asking for? Not, oh, I want that. No, what's the truth? What's the reality of this? So if you're having trouble, because I just got this like kind of download that someone was like, I don't know what to ask or what to ask for, what to bring in, and like just keep going, keep pushing deeper, keep thinking about it, keep meditating, and it, even if you can't do it right now in this moment, do it later. It'll come to you.
Yes, especially with Virgo being the gut. That was such a huge thing for me. I noticed I was having some stomach issues a little bit prior to this new moon, and it was kind of like, hey, you know, a little bit of a reminder of, you know, let's pay attention to what we're putting into your stomach and your digestive system, and what kind of things we're watching, right? What things we're allowing into our thoughts, because the things that we watch come a part of our thought patterns and that kind of thing. So really allowing this Virgos are such healers, right? So allowing this new moon in Virgo to be such a healing time for you to reflect inward. We've been through so much since 2020. Like, can we go through anything else? Like, hello, like, what is happening? I think we've been numb to the fact that 2020 has been just completely chaotic, right? And now it's just like, yeah, what else can we take? But really, it's highlighting so many things for us. So allow yourself to not be pushed around by the hecticness of 2020, and allow yourself to honor the things you've been through, the things that have gone on, the situations that you're in, and allow yourself to really go through and digest all those things and how you feel on all those, so that you can make room for all this newness. And the Virgo new moon is ready to help heal and cleanse. We just have to allow it to come in and really it's shines light very easily on those issues. And the more and more we ignore it, the bigger and bigger it gets. So if it's an elephant in the room at this time, it is now time, sister girl, mama, whoever you are, draw that bath, get out your journal, get some herbal tea. Mother Nature, Virgo, get some healing tea. Tap into Mother Earth. If you are seeking answers, they're ready to give you those answers, but you have to take the time to listen. Like we love to say, prayers are asking, meditation is listening. You have to shut up long enough to be able to hear what is coming through. And so allow yourself that 10-minute challenge that Lydia is going to start probably Monday, and it's going to be the 10-minute Monday meditation challenge, and everybody needs to stop and meditate. And you know, we owe it to ourselves. We talk about filling up our cup so much. We don't owe ourselves 10 minutes of all the time we get all day long just to check in with us. You know, like we did meetup last night. Everyone was just amazed just to sit in their own energy it was 10 minutes, ladies. 10 minutes of our own energy. And everyone was like, this is amazing. We're encouraging everybody. We want to get as many people as we can to start sitting in with yourself more, taking that time to check in with yourself, being healthy and productive in your mental health, because this is the time where we need it the most. And spirit, the universe is always shining and reflecting those things upon us. We just have to take a little bit of time to notice it, and they will help us. They will help us work through it. With a blaze of glory will they turn things around for us. Amen. Amen.
I love this. I'm a Taurus. 3 of my best friends are Virgos. This explains a lot. That's hilarious, Alexandria. So I'm married to a Taurus, and so is Laura. And so Virgos and Tauruses go together very, very well. So that's perfect. Yes. Oh my God. That is so true, Lindsay. That is totally true. Oh my gosh. Well, I feel like for a second, we don't have a lot of time because we've got our live reading, but take a moment. I got a new toy, guys. Hold on, let me show you my new toy.
Like this broadcast.
Oh, it's her drum.
We're gonna do a little drumming since we've got the shaman thing going on, right? And by the way, Laura's got like the most amazing drum of all time. This is like,
wait till Dana paints that though. It's gonna be hard to beat. You're gonna have frogs and otters and snake bites all over that thing.
oh, it's coming. It's coming. But we just got her.
I'm gonna do henna on mine.
Yes.
Do a henna drum party.
Oh, yes. And I love all your birds going off in the background, Laura. They're like,
I know they're very chatty today.
So I am gonna just kind of focus in, and if you don't have your intention yet, you can always come back and rewatch this portion of it. But just kind of take a moment, take some deep breaths. We just kind of talked about taking some deep breaths and just listen to the drum beat and just, I want you guys to plug in and feel the way that it's going to feel when your intention comes through. So what do you think, Lydia? Some nice box breaths. What are you thinking? 4?
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
Box breaths.
So that means breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4.
Just a little transmission of energy to all of our people watching.
Yes. Yes. I encourage you all to move to the beat of your own drum, get in line, get your heartbeat, plug into your body, and plug into your intentions and put action behind them. And we're so grateful for this community. We're here for you. Please make sure, if you're not already, please make sure to like and follow us on Facebook, and we're on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you're liking us over there and subscribing. Listen to the podcast tomorrow. We've got the 3 of us on podcast tomorrow. That'll be going on in the morning. It's called Into the Woo. We've got some other episodes on there that the first one was with Laura, and then I did one about death and rebirth. And then we had Pam talking about trance, and Sylvia, who came through and talked half the time. So it was awesome. So we really do appreciate all of you. We're so grateful for this space and honored to be here with you. So thank you.
Yes, thank you all so much. And please recommend us to your friends or anyone you know that thinks that would benefit from this platform. We would love to have them. Love you, ladies.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.